So the CCP has infiltrated the American judicial system. We realize there's more law firms, and they're well-known, big, white shoe law firms, and are becoming doing the biddings for the CCP. So when you got to know those information we share with you, like the Paul Hastings, like Matt Albanese, they're actively persecuting those Chinese dissidents and down the dirty biddings of the CCP. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I think that earlier in the segment when we were discussing that the desperate need in China is for balance of powers, checks and balances, accountability on the government's power. The judicial system in the United States is supposed to be that for us. The judicial system is supposed to be a check on the executive branch of the government here and on the legislative branch, so the lawmakers. It's also supposed to be a check on the bureaucratic state. So the three-letter agencies, the CIA, the FBI, the NSA. The judicial system is supposed to keep all of those entities in check. So the CCP was very smart by saying, okay, well, let's go infiltrate their system of checks and balances. So it's deeply disturbing because the legal system is supposed to be the one entity that at the end of the day we can trust will always support the rights of the people because they are held to the Constitution, and the Constitution is built to protect the rights of the people. These are unalienable rights, the United States calls them, meaning they're born into you. Government did not give us our rights, so they cannot take them away. The judicial system is supposed to protect that. For the Chinese Communist Party to infiltrate the judicial system is a direct threat to the rights that are supposed to be innate.
And in the United States, you have a law. It's called FARA. So Foreign Agent Registration Act. A lot of those peoples are working for the CCP or working for the interest of the CCP kleptocrats are not declaring themselves as working as a foreign agent. So what do you think the American government can do more of to identify those individuals living in a free and open society but helping the most totalitarian regime on the planet Earth?
I think the United States government should send a very clear message by actually holding these people accountable. So when we found out that Eric Swalwell, a U.S. congressman, was having relationships with a Chinese spy living here in the United States freely, and all he got was a slap on the wrist, it sends the very opposite message. It sends, you can do whatever you want here. If you want to take abuse of this country, go for it. That's the message that was sent. So my big message to the United States government is, if you actually want to curb these abuses of our nation's security, you have to hold these people accountable. Eric Swalwell should not be serving in Congress. Harvard professors that we found out were selling secrets to the Chinese government should not still have jobs. These people should be extradited. And so for us, we think that the message is very clear. If you actually want to curb this behavior, you actually have to prosecute it and hold it accountable. And if you don't, you're just paying lip service. You don't actually mean what you say when you're trying to instill accountability.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's exactly the solution, I think. Yeah. So last, I have a question. So you've talked to many of us today, many of us NFSC members. What's your impression about us and about the new federal state of China?
This is how you win. This is how you win. This is professional. It's excellent in its execution. And all of you are giving your true hearts to this, and you can tell. It's evidenced by the work you're doing. Information is power. When people know the truth can set them free. And so as I look at what you guys are doing and how you're establishing the truth of the matter, and you're getting down to the reality of how evil the CCP truly is, and then giving people resource to push back, it's invaluable. You asked me earlier if I think victory is possible. I think with organizations like yours, victory is possible.
Okay. So finally, maybe 1 minute, there's a lot of people watching the live stream, and they may be living inside the mainland China, or they're living around the world, the diaspora, the Chinese diaspora. What would you want to tell them about the mission that we're embarking on, which is taking down the CCP?
Yeah. Please don't stop. For the sake of your families, for the sake of your nation, and for the sake of the nations of the world, please don't stop. Keep going. Know that you have Americans standing with you. Know that you have Mexicans standing with you. Know that you have Canadians standing with you. Know that you have people around the world that are patriots of their own countries saying that your activism and your pursuit of liberty is inspiring. So please don't stop. Keep going. And know that you have the wind at your backs of millions of people around the world that want to see you succeed.